This is a video from my repair business. This is a model 200 EdenPURE. They're still making this heater. It's, as far as I looked it up, it's $197, which probably is not that bad a price point for what it is. It's got a nice information center on top of it. I'm running a neat probe in it at the moment, and it's running 140. It's almost 150 right now, which isn't good, but it should be running, I figure, between 2 and 220 degrees. When it came in, I used my Ryobi wattage meter. It was pulling producing basically 500 to 600 watts, which this is a 1500 watt machine, so it's below what it should be doing. And on my meat probe, which you've probably got one, if you want to see what yours is actually doing, this one when it came in was roughly running 80 degrees, which is basically not noticeable, unless it's freezing temperatures. You're not going to notice 80 degrees because it's coming out at such force that it's got to be warmer than what it is. Okay, down at the bottom of the machine is an opening right here, and the fan is right directly above that opening. It has this filter in it, which is basically the same stuff they've used for probably the last 10 or 15 years. This is a holder. It just screws up in there. The only problem with this type filter, if you've got cats or dogs or a lot of stuff blowing around in your house, it's going to pull it into that. And cat hair and dog hair will not be stopped by this filter unless it's extremely long hair. It won't stop it, so it's going to get pulled inside. And when it gets pulled inside, it's going to run all the way up. This thing is almost 2 foot tall, basically. Like I say, when it came in, it actually came in with 2 other heaters, and they were both loaded with debris of this and that, and I could tell the people were smokers because the way the inside looks and the stuff that was coming out of it. I was able to fix the other 2, and I've just about given up on this one because 80 degrees isn't anywhere near what it should be doing. So I got the bright idea to take my air compressor with that wand on it, and I shot air up through there. But whatever you do, don't do it running. I just have it running while I'm sitting here. Don't shove this up in there because that fan is right there. I blowed air up through there, and up here at the top, I put it up at the top, and I put probably roughly 40-pound air through it. If you've got, an air compressor and you got the wand, it don't hurt to try, if it's not producing the heat, because there's probably some debris up in there that's causing an issue. And I worked on this thing for a little bit, and I finally decided, well, what's it going to hurt to pump some air through it? And it went from an 80 degree output to it's almost probably about 148 degrees, which isn't bad. It's better than throwing the heater away as such, but there isn't, like I say, there's no repair parts for the thing, so it is a throwaway, which that's what this world's come to anyway. But unless you've got a bunch of heaters and you don't have a wattage meter, I wouldn't go out and buy one. But if you know somebody's got one, you want to borrow it or whatever, it doesn't hurt to see what it is. I have no previous experience with this model because, I don't know, nobody was bringing them in to get worked on. So previous experience on other models, they didn't always go to the 1500. They were retarded back a little bit, we'll say. If they were running 1200, 1400, it wasn't that noticeable. This one here, where it's running a little over 1100 watts, yes, it's noticeable because it's got so much air coming out of it that it's cooling it. It's probably producing more heat than what it's showing, but by the air getting forced through there at the volume it actually is cooling it down. So if you happen to have this model heater and it's acting up on you, we don't think it's putting out the heat, I would recommend doing what I've done in this video. You might be able to keep it running a little longer instead of pitching it. Sometimes it's, it's easier to, just guess at working at something, which is, I figured pushing some air through it. I got a good idea that there's probably a sensor in there blocked by some kind of cat hair, dog hair, whatever. And by the way this thing's set up, I can't really get to it to hit it directly, because without taking the part, I don't know where it's at. But if you got a heater and you want to keep on using it, like I say, that heat's better than nothing, especially when it's really cold out. So if this helped you keep your heater going or give you hope to keep it working, that's all you can ask for. Well, I decided to make another video about one of these, or a different model heater. I'm going to let you go, and thanks for watching.